Hi there and welcome to this Numark tutorial. In this video, you'll learn the basics of getting started with your Numark Mixstream Pro Plus or Mixstream Pro Go. Everything covered in this video will apply to both the Pro Plus and Pro Go, unless otherwise noted. So, let's get started. It's always recommended to register your product first. Head over to Numark.com and in the top menu, click My Account. Log into your Numark account if you already have one. If you don't, click Create Account, enter your email address and a password, complete the CAPTCHA, and click Submit. Now that you're logged into your account, click Register a Product. In the Select Product drop-down menu, select the product you're registering, either Mixstream Pro Plus or Mixstream Pro Go, depending on which one you have. Next, enter your product's serial number into the serial number dialog box. You can find the serial number on your product's box or on the bottom of your product underneath the barcode. It'll begin with 21 in parentheses. Make sure to enter it exactly as it appears. Now, just enter your purchase date and source, then click Submit Registration. Now you'll have access to any offers included with your product and their license codes and download links. Next, let's get your Mixstream Pro Plus or Pro Go connected to power and any desired audio outputs. If you have a Mixstream Pro Plus, simply connect its included power supply to the DC-in input on the rear panel, then plug the other end into a power outlet. If you have a Mixstream Pro Go, be sure to fully charge its battery after unboxing it, as it will be intentionally shipped to you with a low charge. Plug its included power supply into the DC-in input on the rear panel, then plug the other end into a power outlet. The charging LED will illuminate red while it's charging. This LED will turn off once your Mixstream Pro Go is fully charged. As for sound output, your Mixstream has a pair of onboard speakers, the volume of which can be controlled by adjusting the speaker knob at the top right. You also have the option to use either the stereo RCA or stereo XLR outputs to send the main output from your Mixstream to an external sound source. On the front panel, you have two jacks you can use to connect a pair of headphones, 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch, depending on the size of the connector on your headphone cable. You also have a 1/4 inch jack you can use to connect a microphone. Its volume control is located directly to the right of the jack. So now that your Mixstream is ready to play music, let's learn how to connect your preferred music source. Power on your Mixstream. If you're using a Mixstream Pro Go, once prompted, press and hold the Engine DJ logo on the screen to complete startup. You'll be prompted to connect to a local Wi-Fi network. This is highly recommended as you'll need a Wi-Fi connection to play music from streaming services or to update the firmware wirelessly. Tap the network you want to connect to, enter its password if necessary, then tap Connect to establish the connection. To play music from a drive that you've set up with the Engine DJ desktop software, plug it into one of the USB ports or the SD card port on the rear panel. Check out the link in the description for our video on how to set up and export music to a removable drive for use with the Engine OS. After plugging in your drive, tap Yes on the screen to load your Engine DJ user profile, ensuring that any settings you've exported to the drive will be used by Engine OS. Now, all of your tracks and playlists on your drive will be immediately ready for playback. To play music from your preferred streaming service, you'll need to connect your account in the Engine OS. First, make sure your Mixstream is currently connected to a local Wi-Fi network. In the Source menu, tap the streaming service you want to connect. I'm going to connect my SoundCloud Go account. Instructions will appear on screen for how to link your account to your Mixstream. In this case, to connect to SoundCloud Go, I need to navigate to the provided website and enter the code. So, I'll go to the link in my web browser, making sure I'm logged into my SoundCloud account, and I'll enter the code. Then click to confirm device activation. Now, on my Mixstream, I can load tracks directly from my SoundCloud stream or playlists. Now that we have our music source connected, let's load a track and see what we can do with it. Find a track you want to play, either by using the Browse knob or by using the Search function, where you can narrow down your search using a number of different categories. Once you've found a track you want to play, press the Load button for either Deck 1 or Deck 2 to load it to that deck. To play the track, make sure the Level knob on the deck it's loaded to is turned up to at least 50%. Then turn up the channel fader. Press the Play/Pause button on that deck to begin playing the track. You'll see the main level meters begin displaying the audio signal. Next, turn up the output volume for the output source you want to send audio to. If you've connected an output source to either the RCA or XLR outputs on the rear panel, turn up the main level knob, and as long as your external sound source is powered on and turned up, you'll hear the track playing through it. To hear sound through your Mixstream's built-in speakers, turn up the speaker level knob and you'll hear your track playing through them. Both of these output volume controls can function simultaneously, allowing you to use an external sound source as your main speakers and the built-in Mixstream speakers as a monitor if you wish. To hear sound through your headphones, turn up the headphones volume knob. Next to the volume knob, you'll notice this headphone mix knob. The more this knob is turned to the right, the more you'll hear your Mixstream's main output, the same output that's being sent to its speakers and main output jacks. The more this knob is turned to the left, the more you'll hear your sound from a deck that has the headphone preview button enabled. This makes it possible to preview a track on one deck through your headphones and beat match it with a track playing on the other deck, without playing the previewed track through the main output. Next, let's learn how to use the controls in the center of the Mixstream, the mixer and FX. For each deck, you have a bass, mid, and treble EQ knob. Adjusting these knobs will decrease or increase the frequencies in that range. Above the EQ knobs, you'll find the channel level knob, which adjusts the level of the pre-fader, pre-EQ audio signal for that channel. The channel fader adjusts the channel's volume level. The crossfader can be used to mix and balance sound between the decks. At the top, each deck has a filter knob. Turning it to the right applies a high-pass filter, while turning it to the left applies a low-pass filter. Above the channel faders, you have your FX section, consisting of the FX select buttons and the FX toggle switches. After selecting your desired effect, you can adjust its parameters at the bottom of the screen. You can use the FX toggle switch to apply the effect in two ways. Flipping the toggle switch upward will click the switch in place and hold the effect, meaning it will be applied to the track indefinitely until you move the toggle switch back to the middle. Flipping the toggle switch downward also turns the effect on, but the switch won't stay in place, allowing you to apply short spurts of the effect to the track by toggling the switch. Next, let's learn about pad modes. Each deck on the Mixstream has 4 pads, each with 2 banks, that can be used with 4 different pad modes. The first is cue mode, which you can use to set up hot cues, allowing you to jump to pre-assigned points on the track. To set a hot cue, navigate to the place in the track you want to set it, then press one of the pads. Now, if you press this pad while in cue mode, the track will immediately begin playing from that point. You can set up to 8 hot cues. To enter the second bank of cues, simply press the Cue Pad Mode button again. It will blink when the second bank is active. To delete a hot cue, press and hold the Shift button, then tap the pad of the hot cue you want to delete. Note that you can also use the Engine DJ desktop software to set, name, and assign colors to your hot cues. Let's learn about Saved Loop Mode next. You can use this pad mode to assign pre-saved loops to the loaded track. To create a new loop, navigate to the place on the track you want the loop to start, press one of the pads, then navigate to where you want the loop to end, then press the same pad again. The loop will be activated immediately. To deactivate the loop, simply press the assigned pad again. You can save more loops by accessing the second bank of pads. Press the Saved Loop button again, and it'll begin flashing to indicate the second bank is active. To delete a saved loop, Press and hold Shift, then press the pad of the loop you want to delete. Just like with the hot cues, you can also use the Engine DJ desktop software to set and name saved loops. Next, Auto Loop mode can be used to automatically begin looping a track for a specific number of bars. The length of each potential auto loop corresponds to these 4 values directly underneath the track's waveform, so pads 1 through 4 will create 4, 8, 16, and 32 bar loops respectively. To access more auto loop lengths, press the auto loop button again to enter the second bank of pads. Now pads 1 through 4 will create quarter, half, 1, and 2 bar loops. Finally, when using roll mode, pressing and holding a pad will trigger a loop roll while the track's timeline continues, allowing you to create a temporary stutter type effect, then resume the track as if nothing happened. Let me show you what I mean. Begin playing a track, then briefly press and hold one of the pads. To access more roll lengths, press the roll button again to enter the second bank of pads. Another useful tool you can use with the pads is sampler mode. Press and hold Shift, then press Roll to enter sampler mode. Now, tapping any of the pads will trigger a preloaded sample. To stop playing a sample, hold Shift and press its pad. Just like with the other pad modes, to enter the second bank of pads, press and hold Shift and press Roll again. To change the samples assigned to each pad, on the screen, tap Browse, then tap Source, then scroll down and tap Sampler Content. Now you have access to a wide array of samples, ranging from drums, FX, and more. Use the touchscreen or the Browse knob to navigate through the samples. To preview one, tap the Preview button to hear it play through your headphones. To load a sample to a pad, double tap the sample, then either tap one of the 8 sampler slots on the screen, or tap the physical pad you want to load it to. If the pad already has a sample loaded to it, it will be replaced by the new sample. Let's wrap things up by covering what settings we can adjust in the Control Center. To access the Control Center, press the Settings button or swipe down from the top of the touchscreen. Quantize enables or disables quantization. When quantization is enabled, time-based functions, like loops and cue triggering, will snap to a track's beat grid, ensuring that such functions are always in time with the track. Continue toggles continuous playback. When enabled, once a playing track ends, the next track will automatically begin playing. Stop time adjusts how quickly or slowly the track will stop after pressing the play-pause button. A higher stop time will produce a more noticeable turntable break type effect when stopping a track. Beat Grid Edit allows you to edit the beat grids of your tracks from the screen. You can also edit your beat grids by using the Engine DJ desktop software. Split Cue determines how your headphones behave when using the headphone preview buttons on each channel. When Split Cue is enabled, the audio played through your headphones will be split. Any decks with the headphone preview button enabled will have their signal sent to the left headphone channel, while the main mix will be sent to the right headphone channel. When Split Cue is disabled, the preview channels and main mix will be blended together, playing through both the left and right headphone channels. Crossfader enables or disables the crossfader. Crossfader Contour adjusts the slope of the crossfader curve. Keeping the contour slider in the middle is a good setting for general use. For a smoother crossfader slope, move the slider to the left, and for a sharper slope, move it to the right. The effects setting enables or disables the FX selection and FX parameters at the bottom of the screen. And similarly, Performance Pads enables or disables the performance pads from appearing in Performance View. Finally, sampler volume controls the volume of all samples played when using the pads in sampler mode. As always, for more information, tutorials, and further support with using your Mixstream Pro Plus or Pro Go, head over to numark.com/support, where you'll find FAQs and walkthroughs in the Numark knowledge base, and a portal to reach out to Numark's technical support team. Thank you for watching, and have fun getting in the mix with your Mixstream Pro Plus or Pro Go.